Back again. Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you, sir. How are you?
Yeah, warmer than you by your handshake. You were quite cold. Yeah, you were cold.
Oh.
Mental.
Put my hand down my pants and that warm me up.
Okay. So, last episode we spoke about your travels.
We did.
More specifically, we spoke about your longboarding trip that you did solo from Paris to Madrid and sort of the challenges that went along with that. I've got a question for you.
Fire away.
Other than that trip, zooming out to the rest of the world where you've been, you gave us like the long list of 187 countries that you went to.
I think it was more like 12, but that's okay.
Give or take 175. Was there one place that really stood out for any particular reason, good or bad?
I think the destination that surprised me the most, that I wasn't expecting, was Mexico. And I'd like to elaborate on that.
Please do.
Reason being, I was quite naive as a child, and I listened to a lot of what we are told and the news that we're sort of force-fed, which is Mexico is unsafe, Mexico has drug cartels, Mexico is just a place to be avoided, except for Cancun and the Yucatan Peninsula, because that's where people go to holiday and get very drunk and party, which is apparently less safe, more safe, I don't know. So Mexico, I had this image of what I expected in my head, and it blew me away for all the right reasons. The people were the friendliest I have met on my travels. The locals cannot say a bad thing about them. They wanted to share their culture, share their history, share their food, welcome you in with open arms.
Wow.
The food is obviously incredible. Mexican food is just
The best
amazing.
food.
Yeah. I think you can eat it every day because it's just so palatable. Awesome.
The other thing about Mexican food, to celebrate hitting 50 subscribers,
Yeah.
which we will do by the time this video goes up, hopefully.
We will. We'll be on 50 by the end of, what's it today? Tuesday, Thursday, I think.
Yeah. We'll celebrate with a Mexican, shall we? A little Taco Bell or something.
I like it. Let's do it.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Cool. Sorry, you were saying
No,
about how
I like
Mexican
it.
food is really nice.
I'm glad that you specified with getting Taco Bell, because when you said we'll celebrate with a little Mexican, I got a little bit worried.
Mexico's a great place to find Mexicans. There's loads of them there.
There is loads of Mexicans in Mexico.
It's almost like they've made a decision that just all the Mexicans are going to congregate in Mexico.
It's quite clever, really.
It is.
It's a good way to classify people.
Yeah. Doesn't happen in England, though. All the English people don't tend to congregate in England. It seems to be everybody who congregates in England.
Hey, that's a different topic.
That is.
Let's not get into that. Let's
Yeah.
not get political, shall we?
Let's put some red spray paint on all the white roundabouts.
Absolutely. That's what everyone seems to be doing. I do like the
I don't
meme.
get it.
I do like the meme that you can tell the average IQ by how many flags there are up. The more flags, the lower the IQ.
Yeah. I mean, it makes it. It's like, yeah, let's just not have any immigration and let's have all the white English through and through bred people straight out of school. You're all going to become cleaners and do the jobs that nobody in England, like everyone in England's just too entitled.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe, we'll just slowly go into collapse.
Absolutely. We would fall apart. The world would fall apart without immigration. You just would.
Literally.
Absolutely. But yeah, we're getting off topic.
Yeah, sorry.
'Cause
Mexico's full of Mexicans and you like
is.
the Mexicans.
I do like the Mexicans. They're a wonderful people. Yeah, so Mexico was definitely somewhere that blew me away. There's so much history, so much culture, such a lively place, and people just are friendly. You know, they just want to help you. So Mexico surprised me for all the right reasons.
Nice.
Which was beautiful. Yeah.
Tell me a bit more about your trip in Mexico. What else did you get up to there? So you went there for how long, first of all?
I think I was in Mexico for 4 weeks or so.
Right. And how old were you back when you went?
22.
Oh, okay. Just before I met you then.
23. Yeah,
Probably.
around there.
Yeah, must have been about the time.
So I went over there. I did what's called a work away, which is something we can expand on, which is really cool. So a work away effectively is where you apply to work and live for a company or a hostel or a restaurant or something to that extent. And in exchange for work, they supply you with a place to stay. Sometimes it can be really cheap, little hostel room where you're sharing with 8 other random people, or sometimes it's a private room, ensuite, AC. It's really hit or miss, but naturally the higher value ticket items are harder to get and higher in demand, and you have to prove more skills. I went over there to work at the best hostel on Isla Holbox, which there's no cars there. It was before it will get more modernized. There will be more high rises, I'm sure. But at the moment when I went, there was nothing. No cars, just little golf carts. Everyone walked around barefooted. Everyone was pretty much high all the time or going to the beach. And all you did was relax. That's pretty much all the place. That's where I learned that paradise gets boring, sure. But I worked at this hostel and it was so much fun because I was working behind the bar or running the events in the evening that the hostel would do. There was a few other volunteers. There was like 6 of us. And we would all hang out during the day, stay in this beautiful hostel that had AC. When it's 40 degrees out, that was a game changer. And yeah, so I started there on the island working for a week and a half or so. And that was while I was getting my visa for the States. I was able to do that. Should have picked a little bit better because that island has really awful Wi-Fi. There's only 4 places on the island that have Wi-Fi.
My God.
Yeah, so really didn't pick a good place to do it, but I picked it nonetheless. And then after that, I explored the Yucatan Peninsula. So went to Chichen Itza, Tulum, Playa del Carmen, Merida. I wanted to go to Cozumel. I didn't get time, which was a shame. And then from there, I traveled up to Mexico City and Guadalajara. I wanted to go to Sayulita down on the coast. This is beautiful little surf town. I would love to have gone to Sayulita, but I just did not have time. But I explored Mexico City again while getting my visa and Guadalajara while getting my visa as well. So I had to do kind of both. But that is where I really saw the true Mexico. So Guadalajara was known for the drug trade. That's a lot where, I can never remember the name, Feliz Guerrero ran the biggest weed empire and then effectively moved into cocaine as well. But that's where he was stationed. So there was a lot of gang warfare in Guadalajara and you could not tell. It was beautiful. The people were friendly. The food was great and it was so authentic. It was incredible. I remember one night I went out. I was just going to get some food and I ordered at this restaurant, just kind of little pop-up shop van type thing. And I also ordered in Spanish. And then these guys approached me and said, "You speak really good Spanish for a gringo." And I was like, "Thank you very much." And from there, they're like, "Do you want to go get a drink?" I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." So we went out and we went out that night and it was the most fun because they showed me all the local places. And again, they're like, "You're not buying drinks with us. We're doing everything." So yeah, Guadalajara, then Mexico City, much the same. Stayed in a beautiful hostel, saw all the culture and the history, met loads of people. Mexico is a fair bit of partying as well, which isn't very me, but it was fun to embrace when I was out there. So Mexico blew me away. Yucatan Peninsula, and then inland a little bit. But again, there's places I want to go back. I want to go to Baja California, so that's the kind of strip down. If you look at San Diego, it just goes continue down into Mexico there. I'd love to go there. Love to go to Oaxaca, San Cristobal, Sayulita, as I mentioned, and that's not San Juan del Sur, that's Nicaragua. The famous surf, I can't remember the famous surf town in Mexico on the coast. Gets huge waves. Anyway, gone from my mind. But yeah, I would go back to Mexico in an instant. It was beautiful. Highly recommend.
Maybe that's where we should go when this podcast makes any sort of money.
Yeah, we're going to Mexico.
Yeah, I mean, I've not been, so...
Is Mexico somewhere that would entice you, do you think?
No, nowhere entices me.
Why does nowhere entice you?
I don't know, I just like what I like, I guess. I like Cornwall.
How do you know you don't like these places if you've never been? It's like trying new food, you don't know you don't like it.
It's more, I don't like being unsettled, and going abroad, it's like, I know that I'm leaving.
Yeah.
So if I knew I was moving somewhere, I could probably move to Australia because I'd feel at home.
There's a lot of parallels.
Yeah. Other than their weird parking rules. So in the UK, you drive on the left-hand side of the road in the UK.
Do.
And you're allowed to, in the UK, park on the right-hand side of the road facing forward. But yeah. If you do that in Australia, you get your car clamped / towed away.
Wow.
It's just one difference in their rules that makes absolutely no sense. Anyway.
So then down under. But yeah, I would fully encourage you to travel. The reason being is it does put you out of your comfort zone. It takes you away from your creature comforts, and it challenges your status quo, your norm. And I think you learn a lot about yourself in those moments. I think it would be really beneficial for you. I think everyone should travel. I think it builds character.
I have very little character.
No, don't be silly.
I'm just this bozo.
You have loads of wrong character.
Yeah.
So let's improve it.
Yeah.
Let's make a list of all the things we're going to improve.
Yeah, we'll decide. Well, we'll make a pros and cons list. Oh wait, there's no pros.
What have you or
Yeah,
travel?
for
Oh,
me.
okay. I was going to say.
Yeah, for travel, there's lots of pros.
Can grow a good beard.
Oh, I don't know though. It's a bit grey and ginger when I grow it too long.
It's better than any beard I can grow.
Yeah, but I try. If you tried, you could grow a proper beard.
No.
If you just let it grow out for like 4 months,
It gets really itchy after a while.
yeah, just ignore it. Push through it. The itch is part of the fun of a beard.
No, I'd rather the little like stubble that looks like you haven't tried to do anything, but in reality you've tried very hard.
You've been massaging it every night.
This is
just trying
it,
to
yeah.
get the
Getting
patches.
the oils in, a little comb.
To be fair, I used to have a like a prickly roller that I used to do to stimulate hair follicles.
The dermal roller. Or
Yeah,
whatever it's
I
called,
don't know
yeah.
if that helped, but
It's quite a full beard.
I seem to be able, but I don't have any patches, which is quite cool. So that might be a thing. I don't know.
Let's get some needles and.
Yeah, you could do that, or you could just use the proper roller so you
Yeah,
don't
probably be
puncture
better.
yourself.
Probably a better idea.
Which country felt most like home away from home?
Oh wow, that's a really good question.
I'm guessing Japan because their culture is very similar.
Oh, absolutely, it's identical, isn't it? Yes, I frequently eat raw fish at home. I've got a funny story.
To be
about
fair,
that,
if that's the only thing that's different, like I eat sushi loads, so
Really?
that wouldn't be.
I'll tell you a funny story. We
Yeah,
went
okay.
out for. This was when I worked in the ski resort. We were driving back from another ski town, myself and 3 people. We were trying to find somewhere to eat, but we wanted to try somewhere new. We didn't want to go to the same place we'd always been, even though the same places we always go were really nice. We wanted to try something new. Went to this place where it was literally you could only order by the pictures because we couldn't understand anything. So we all kind of pointed at what we wanted. Food came out; it was all raw. You know what? Well, let's try it. Out of the 4 of us, myself and this German guy, loved it. We were like chowing down. I got raw beef. I was like, this is awesome.
Raw
It
beef?
was like a little bit like pan fried, but it was still
Dang.
very like
Blue.
red. Yeah, it was blue effectively. We chowed it down. There was like raw salmon. He chowed it down. We were loving it. Oh, we were in our element.
Yeah.
Great food. The other 2 had a couple of bites and they couldn't do it. They were like, oh, not doing it. Guess which 2 got sick?
The other 2?
Yeah, the other 2.
How?
Yeah, the next day they were both throwing up because their stomach just couldn't handle it.
That's insane.
Yeah. Whereas
You were fine.
we were absolutely fine.
Great. Maybe you just had so much your body was like, I don't know what to do here.
Yeah, this is just overwhelming. But yeah, sorry. What country?
Home
feels
away
most-
from home.
Home away from home. I think just because of the sheer parallels, the fact that it's an English-speaking country, you can get by with. You could step in there and feel almost instantly comfortable. Political agenda aside, is the States. It's so close. The people speak the same language. They understand the words you're saying. Their cultures and the norms of which are very easy to understand. Naturally, there is nuances depending on which state you go to. Northern state, southern state, red state, blue state. But the US is definitely the closest that felt most like home. And it is a place I would consider moving to. I think I've said this to you before. I'd love to move out to the States. But there are a few red flags for me.
What are they?
Coming from a country that has free healthcare, I could not move to a country where I have to pay for my health.
But you pay for the NHS through NI.
Yeah,
So you just don't have NI in America.
Very
and therefore
true.
you just put that towards your private health.
but you don't notice that every month. Whereas if you were to get a huge medical bill,
Yeah, I suppose.
if you were to get a huge medical bill, I would just,
But if you pay for your insurance every month, the insurance covers it.
some of it, not all of it, depending on the provider.
Just get a good provider.
Yeah, but that's very expensive. Anyway,
Yeah, that's true.
free healthcare. And unfortunately at the moment, I will alienate how many people, but the political system.
Really?
I
You
do
think there's
not-
something wrong?
Yes. I do not support Trump. I think I will give him his dues in the sense that he has said he wants to come in and make action and change things, and he has done that. I will give him that. What he's doing is like a bull in a china shop. I am, as you know, I'm very left-leaning. Not far left, but left.
Not communism, but
Not communism. Almost, just, the shred. No. I'm very left-leaning. So for me, I would find the politics very difficult because it doesn't appear to be changing anytime soon. And if Trump is able to run for a third term...
I don't think you can.
You can't, no, but you also can't become president if you've been impeached.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So yeah, those are the reasons at the moment I would not move to the States. But again, I do wonder if it has somewhat of an impact if you move to, say, a blue-leaning state like Colorado or California.
Yeah.
There's always going to be patches. Sure.
I could never live in California.
Why not?
Taxes too high.
If you remove the taxes.
Well, obviously. Yeah.
You'd move to
straight there.
Yeah.
But
Cali is awesome.
61%.
Yeah, it's absurd.
That's nuts.
You mentioned Texas. Would be curious for
Texas would be amazing. I'd love to move to Texas.
Why?
It's just everything I want out of a place. The only thing Texas... no, Texas does have a coast, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd probably have to live within a drive of the coast.
Kind of San Antonio way.
But I love the idea of living like just outside of Austin.
Austin's an awesome... You would love Austin. There's so much culture.
I've just done my collaboration with Trix. He's from Austin.
Is he? So are you going to go out and film the YouTube video? Because if you guys don't know, Will, although he is in Beneath the Noise, he is Will Taylor.
Yeah,
just hit...
That's how you do it.
How many subs?
250k today.
Unreal.
It's very cool.
Give me some.
Thank you very much. Go to willtaylorshop.com to buy your special Will Taylor hoodie, which is probably only going to be out for like 2 days after this is released. But
And we are sponsored by Will Taylor as well, so...
yeah, I pay for everything that you see in this room, except him.
You don't pay me?
I don't pay you.
Why am I doing this then?
You're an equity partner
I take it back.
in this venture. You're just one.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you. Yeah, Austin would be cool. You would love Austin. Would you ever go out and do a collab in person with Trix, do you think?
I'd love to. It wasn't financially viable for this song that we did, but if the response on this song... I'm not even going to set like a number target for it because I can pretty much manipulate the numbers to whatever I like just by how many shorts I attach it to.
Yeah.
If I'm impressed with how it performs and can see that it would have legs to grow as both, then I'll talk to him about making maybe an EP of 4 songs, and then it's worth either me flying out to him or him flying out to me.
Amazing.
Because I did beat him in views the last month, which is quite cool.
That is pretty
It's
cool.
very cool. I also beat KSI this month as well.
Really?
He only got 17 million. I got 35.8.
That's unreal.
Just sipping my tea.
Damn.
It's very exciting. I'm like getting more views than most of the people I've always looked up to.
Incredible.
It's nuts. Yeah, I'm not beating the Sidemen though. Really annoying. They have 70 million a month.
I mean, you will get there.
Hopefully, that'd be so cool. The thing is, at my level as well, it just means insane growth, because their 17 million or KSI 17 million is people that have been subscribed to him for years that are watching. It's not so much new viewers, would be my guess. Whereas with me, it's mostly new viewers. So I'm just like,
yeah.
But I think that probably gets to a natural point on like you've exhausted your easy audience.
Yeah,
and
you
then,
got to then work for the next. Absolutely.
Yeah. But yeah, as long as it keeps going, keeps going.
Growing pains.
Yeah, it's all easy sailing at the moment. It's just if you get a video that flops, like today's video hasn't done that well.
Yeah, only like 4,000 million or something.
Not 4,000 million. That would be very good. That's
a real number, you know.
Yeah, I know. It depends on if you talk about the English billion or the American billion, because the English billion is what Americans would call a trillion. Do you know about this?
No.
No, so the English know how to do maths, the Americans don't.
Why does that not surprise me?
So when you have 100, to get to No, is that right? Yeah, 100 to get to 1,000 is 10 times it, right? From 1,000 to 100,000, you've got to times that by 100, right? So it goes up. It starts like at 10, and it's that, right? Which means when you get to 1,000,000, you, instead of just timesing 1,000,000 by 1,000, it should be 1,000,000 millions.
Yeah.
But that's 4 sets of 3 zeros instead of 3 sets of 3 zeros. So what the Americans call a billion is really 1,000 million.
Interesting. Didn't know that. There's a lot of numbers.
But there's no billionaires according to the English definition of it. It's just easier for everyone to throw around billion than it is like, oh yeah, he's worth 3,000 billion, or no, 3,000 million. But then it's the same so you get, once you've got 1,000 million, that's a billion, and then to get to a trillion, you've got to go.
My brain can't comprehend those sort of numbers. That's just too much.
Yeah, it's a lot. But yeah, going to Texas would be great. I'd love it. And then it's only, if you live in Texas, you're only really a 12-hour drive away, maybe 14-hour drive away from Nashville.
Depending on where in Texas, because Texas is massive.
Yeah.
I've driven from New Orleans to Austin, and that was about a 12, 14-hour drive. Unbelievable.
It's long. You forget how big America is.
Incredible.
Just looking at a map. It's mental. But weirdly, Manhattan to Niagara Falls, I think it's only like 6 hours.
Yeah, it's not that far.
Yeah.
I've done both. Also, go Bills, Niagara Falls. Buffalo. Let's go.
Yeah. Are we going to win this year? Is it
Absolutely.
this weekend, the first game?
Yeah, can't wait. I'm going to buy the pass.
Are you? I'm not this year.
You know what?
No.
It's because this is our year, so...
Yeah.
Just the same as last year was our year, and the year before that was
I can't
our
believe that the Chiefs fumbled so much, pardon the pun, in the Super Bowl.
Oh,
it's ridiculous.
I'm glad they did, because we could talk about that for ages. But yeah, the states in terms of travel, absolutely. I've been to about 30 states out of 50. There are maybe 25, 30, that kind of ballpark, which is awesome. But I think the States has something in terms of landscape-wise for everyone. The people everywhere's got their problems, but the people on a whole, I think, do mean well. I have the story of when we were in the States. We had just arrived, I think, into Georgia. We sat down to get some food. We were sitting at this restaurant, and we went to pay. And this guy, random person, just put down a $100 bill on our table and went, "Welcome to the South." That was it, and just walked off, because he was like Southern hospitality. You know, it's a thing. It's a real thing, and we couldn't believe it. We were blown away. Yeah, maybe, but we were blown away by it. But in terms of states, I think for landscape-wise, it is really incredible. The national parks they have out there, the landscapes they have, the hiking, the nature, unbelievable.
I'd like to go hunting.
Would you?
I'd love to get a big elk.
Yeah.
Put it in the freezer for the year.
See, that's sustainable, isn't it? Because then you're going to buy as you need.
Well, then I'll probably get in enough calories in a day.
Yeah, as opposed to your 450 you've had today.
Yeah. I will have more, probably. Don't know. What time's Domino's open till?
I don't know. I don't order from Domino's.
That's bulkers food, isn't it? All I'm going to do is get fat over the next 3 months. I know it already.
Yeah.
Yay. So did you notice any patterns or similarities between different cultures, other than like the obvious England and America, between other cultures? Did you notice any similarities? For us, I would assume that maybe Spanish and Mexico are similar because they both speak the same language, but that could be way wrong. I know I think from what I know about them, both are very interested in their festivals, but they don't necessarily have the same festivals. Would that be a fair comparison?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there are similarities in terms of Latin American countries. They are very expressive, very emotive. They like to be very passionate. They're very passionate people. They love music, which is incredible. One thing I learned when I was out in Latin America is if you're a guy and you need to pick up a girl in a bar or a club, you can do it one of two ways. Either you are the big macho man with the muscles and the beard and the big display of manliness, or you're the best dancer in the room. One or the other. Obviously, I went for the big match.
Yeah.
The 5 foot nothing
You
guy.
can get away with both, though.
No, they mean like macho.
Yeah, but you are macho.
I appreciate that.
You
but
just hide it because you love wearing oversized. If you were wearing this t-shirt, which yes, I know is way too small. I don't even think it's mine. Could be Soph's. I've been on my own all day, so I just put on whatever. Like if you wore something like this, you'd be like busting out of it.
I appreciate that, but no, oversized t-shirts for the win. Absolutely, yeah. So Latin America, I think there's lots of similarities in the sense that they love music, they love food, and they love their families. So they're very focused on community. Again, I would say that's something that, well, this is actually really interesting. Have you heard of blue zones?
No.
Places in the world, I think there's 5 blue zones where people live on average longer than anywhere else in the world. So I've been to the one in Costa Rica, which I think is one of the peninsulas. I've been there. Not been to the one in Japan, but I'd love to go to. Then there's one in Sardinia, and there's 2 more I cannot remember. But in terms of similarities there of the cultures I've witnessed, so Costa Rica, Japan, Italy as well, is community. They don't allow people to feel isolated. They don't allow people to feel lonely. It is all about getting out there and connecting as a community. So if we live on the same street, all of us are going to become a community. We're going to support each other. We're going to reach out when people need help. They really embrace helping each other out and just committing as one communal goal, which I think is awesome. And you can really feel that. It's palpable when you're there in the sense that there is a lot of love. There's a lot of time for each other. I think that's something we miss here in the West, is we have been bred to be so insular or singularly focused of, I need to look out for me. Me doing well means that I need to diminish you, or I need to be on my own path and I can't build you up at the same time. Whereas there's a lot of cultures out there that they thrive together and they work together to achieve an agreeable outcome, which I think is awesome.
Do you think that's why they live longer? Because of purely the community, or did you notice anything in their diets or in their other way of life that you could put 2 and 2 together? It's like, okay, yeah, that I could see how that would increase longevity.
Community definitely is a huge factor. There's many studies as well showing that loneliness, or the absence of loneliness, and a strong social environment allows you to thrive and live longer and grow old gracefully, whereas loneliness does speed up, I think, Alzheimer's and other such diseases. But they would have extremely healthy diets, so no very low processed foods, extremely healthy, natural, lots of fruits and vegetables, lean proteins. Fish was a huge one in all of them, so fatty fish like salmon was huge in all of theirs.
Would they cook it or eat it raw, or both?
I think cook, but I think I'd imagine raw as well. Depending, Japan would likely, they definitely eat it raw. And then I think walking as well, so low to moderate activity, so not constantly in the gym or going for long runs. It's just they're walking, they're active, they're gardening, they're pottering about. So they're not stagnating, they're not sitting down all the time. They're actively out and engaging in movement, which I think makes a huge difference.
How many steps a day would you reckon they're doing?
No idea, but
20,000?
No, I still think it's somewhat reasonable, like 10,000, something that's achievable for the average person. Yeah, I mean, I've done 15,000 today, and I sit behind a desk all day.
I've easily done less than 2,000 today.
Not good enough. Need to do more.
Yeah. So you noticed a similarity in culture between the blue zones?
Yeah.
Across the world. Which destination was the most beautiful visually? Visually.
Ooh, I don't think I could pinpoint countries, but I could pinpoint places.
Okay.
Yosemite National Park in the States blew my mind.
Yosemite. How do you spell Yosemite?
Yose.
Oh, got it. Don't panic.
Yeah, Yosemite.
You were on the right path. All that does look pretty nice.
Yeah. Yosemite National Park is incredibly beautiful. It's, yeah, highly recommend. In terms of the states as well, Arches National Park in Utah, incredible. Grand Canyon, Horseshoe Bend, incredible.
Did you do any fun activities in the Grand Canyon?
No.
Like a big rope swing or?
No, I'd love to have done. I have done a big rope swing in Costa Rica.
Did you?
Yeah, so when I was in...
Sorry, I completely threw us off.
No, you're all good. When I was in Monteverde, which is the cloud forest, we did zip lining. So where you zip line through the rainforest, and it's got the Latin America's longest Superman zip line. For those that don't know, Superman is where you're strapped in like that and you go head first. Incredible. Someone's got a fear of heights. I loved it, man. Absolutely adored it. It was so much fun. And then at the end, they got an option of a Tarzan swing, which I can't remember how tall it is, but again, it's the tallest in Latin America. You walk out on this like rickety sort of crosswalk, and it's just this open pit from where you are to the bottom. And I think it's like 3, 5, 7 stories, something like that. So it's
high,
big, and the free fall is like 3 seconds of just drop.
And then the rope catches you.
Yeah, and the rope catches you and you swing. Yeah. So I remember I was walking across it, and the girl I was with at the time, she knew I was scared of heights, and she was like, "Do you want to go first?" I was like, "Yeah, I just want it done," because I was like, I didn't want to not do it.
Yeah.
So I walked out. I was like gripping onto everything, get to the edge, and obviously Costa Ricans, ticos is what they call males, ticas is the females, ticos is super laid back. Like, it's all good, man. Don't worry. Clip me in, clip, 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 clip. Open the gate, and I grabbed the gate and was like, hold on a fucking minute. Like, I'm not... I was like, that was... What have you just done? I was panicking. I didn't know what was happening. And they knew what they were doing, obviously. They were so in control of the situation. This is how I perceived it. Is they went, oh, he's not going to jump. Shut the gate, started unclipping me. And then I went, no, I am. And they went, okay, opened it, pushed me. But in reality, obviously, so in my head, they've just unclipped me. But in reality, all they did was just close the gate.
Yeah.
Make me think that they were in some sort of rush.
Yeah.
So it made me go, no, I do want to do this. So they're like, okay, cool. Just opened it and pushed me. So I didn't have time to second guess.
That's mad.
I'd made no sound until it caught me, and I was back on the outswing, and I started screaming at him. And it was awesome. It was the best experience ever. And then... when I went back to Costa Rica the second time, in the same area, Monteverde, La Fortuna area, I did like...
You didn't want to go back to the same place, no?
No, I wanted to do something new, believe it or not. I did like canyoning. So that's where you have a harness and you kind of do zip wires down waterfalls, and you got zip lines through like canyons, and you kind of go underwater and stuff. And
wow.
At that time I worked at like an outdoor adventure center, so I knew how to do all these. I knew like what knots and everything. So they're like, oh, we need a volunteer. I was like, mate, let's go. And they clipped me in. So you just got to walk. And I was like, can I jump? And they're like, yeah. And from that point, they just stopped like telling me what to do. It's like, oh yeah, off you go. Have fun. I was like, this is sick. So yeah, outdoor adventure was rad. Costa Rica, the beaches there are unbelievable. So you've got, in my mind, 3 different types of beaches. You've got the...
white, black and Asian. No? So, carry on.
I was not expecting that. No, believe it or not, they did not segregate people.
No?
No. On one side, you had the Caribbean coast. So that was very white sandy beaches, palm trees, a bit, not barren, but just very Caribbean island that you'd imagine. On the Pacific side, you had the humid climate and the dry climate. The humid was what you want to see. It was the beautiful palm trees, wet waterfall, rainforest, beach, sort of dirty coloured sand, beautiful waves crashing. The surf was unreal. And then slightly further up the coast, you've got, again, warmer climate, a little bit drier. And rather than it being the Caribbean side, we got big palm trees sprouting everywhere. It's a bit more like sort of shrubbery and everything. But the beaches in Costa Rica, unreal, unbelievable. Yeah, Chichen Itza, one of the wonders of the world. Mexico, that view was incredible. Where else have I been that's really blown my mind? So many, man. So many.
This is the problem. Like, one of my completely stupid things about why I won't go travelling is I think I'd have too many memories. I don't want to die with too many memories. You know, just a few memories.
Do you think that's possible?
I mean, you're struggling to remember all of them on the spot.
I am.
It's like, you know, you've got too many memories. You've
grateful.
done too much.
I've got so much that I'm struggling to pick where's the most beautiful place.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know, that it's not like, oh yeah, it's just this one place.
I don't honestly know why you would come back to the UK. All these beautiful places. I'm not trying to push you away.
I mean, yeah, I'm always like this far away from leaving. I'm always like this. I'm one bad day away from leaving. Always, one minor inconvenience. They don't have my favorite type of ice cream. I'm out. I'm gone. Everything's falling apart. Yeah.
What about like when you think your shoes and shirt have been binned?
Don't even get me started. Don't even. Do I want to go to this wedding because I got to buy new shoes and shirt? Goodness me, £60 on a new pair of shoes. They are nice. You saw them. They're stylish. Hella cool. Brogues, yeah.
Brogues.
Very nice. Yeah.
Brogues, not Oxfords.
No, not Oxfords. Never.
Not a fan of Oxfords.
No. Too simple.
A complicated man needs simple shoes.
I see. A simple man needs fancy shoes. Let's clip that and put that as a short because people will love that.
A dick.
And I've been to a lot of beautiful mountain ranges as well. So across Europe, across Asia, Japan, beautiful mountain ranges. It's just so peaceful, so quiet. Yeah, it's really hard to decide.
Yeah,
there's definitely some standouts. What about you? I'm going to throw that question to you because you say you haven't been to many places, but you love Cornwall, you love Devon, you've been to the Canary Islands. There must be places for you that stand out as somewhere that rings true.
Yeah, I remember driving through Swindon once, and you see how the roads are sort of...
I regret asking you the question.
I used to think Swindon was a country, fun fact.
Did you?
Until I drove through it, and I realised, hang on a second, I didn't get on a plane to get here.
Why would you ever think...
I assumed it was like Sweden, Switzerland, Swindon, you know, they're all...
Do you know there's a desk in Austria for people that think they've flown to Australia and then they get to Austria and there's a desk just to assist those people?
That's so funny.
I can imagine it's 90% Americans.
You'd hope.
Why, yeah.
Because that's mental.
Because they're dumb enough to make the mistake.
Yeah. Who's flying to Austria thinking it's Australia, though? Are the flags similar?
No, it's just the names are similar.
That's so... Like, the cost, for crying out loud.
Well, it depends where you're flying from.
Well, if you fly... That's what I'm saying. You'd hope it would be people from America, because at least it'd be a similar cost.
Yeah. EasyJet flight to Australia.
Only an hour and a half. Gran Canaria was quite cool. Had a nice beach. But I think to me, a beach is a beach. You know, there's like once you've seen one sandy beach. Now that's an important distinction: sand versus stone. We have stony beaches. Not a fan of stony beaches. I like sandy beaches.
Agreed.
But all sandy beaches, to me, are the same. Other than Cornwall, where I don't know, just the way that the rocks are and the sand. And there's not always necessarily an easy way to get down to the beach. But when you do, like the beaches that I've been to in Cornwall, that's like just quiet, and I like that. It's peaceful, and I'd love like out of my £1 million mansion one day to like overlook that. There's actually a house. I don't know if you get the Instagram ads for like the win this £3 million house in Cornwall.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, that's like what I want. But the problem is I also want like a country house in the middle of like woods. So if there was a way that I could have it backing onto like the beach, but then the front was just all woodland, like that would just be my dream
Find
place.
somewhere and build it.
And that's what I have to do. Yeah, but you can't really build a place in Cornwall. There's so many tight rules. And also, do you know about the radiation in Cornwall?
I don't.
So I can't remember what it's from. I want to say it's from old mining, but I don't know why that would make it radioactive. There's like the ground in Cornwall is more radioactive than anywhere else in the UK. So they there's certain hotspots, I think, as well. So if anything that you build is anywhere near one of those hotspots, they just won't let you make it residential.
Wow.
But yeah, I'd love to build my own place. I've always wanted to. Yeah, Cornwall is just amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'd want to go anywhere else.
I do understand what you're saying of a beach is just a beach. However, I think it's a destination. So you are like, a beach is a beach, sure. It's going to have sand. It's going to back up to the ocean, but it's where you are. You know, like the beaches in Sri Lanka are so different to the beaches in Mexico. They're so different to the beaches in Japan. You know, there's so much there.
I think another thing is just I'm a person of mass convenience.
You are.
So if something is difficult to get to, have, like if a queue is too long, I'm genuinely happier to forego it. Like, for example, eating for me sometimes can be an inconvenience. So I'm genuinely happy to go without. And even going to a beach in Cornwall, if we need to go to a beach in Cornwall, but there's for some reason traffic or there's a tractor in the way, I've turned around and gone back to the villa. Just it's not worth waiting in that to go and do. I think, what did we actually do? I think we went for a countryside walk instead of going to the beach, because I'm not just wasting time. Like,
best destinations have the hardest journeys.
I'll get there eventually. I'll get to a
best destinations have the hardest journeys.
That's a wonderful quote.
It's a metaphor, and it's true in reality as well.
Yeah, but you don't get to spend as long there because you've had such a long, arduous journey to get, and then you have no energy once you're there, and then you realise once you're there you can't fully enjoy it because you know you've got to have enough energy in the tank to get home.
Very
again.
Pessimistic of you. I don't like it. You're cancelled.
Yeah, well, about time. Yeah, no, I just don't like waiting for stuff.
We'll change that when we do our amazing Beneath the Noise road trip and we go on tour. And
we're doing a longboard from
this is
Scotland.
It. We'll do that, then we'll go on tour and I'll take you to all these wonderful places. And you'll be like, wow, I was right.
Yeah.
This sucks.
My latest, speaking of going on tour, a year to 18 months from now, I think I'm going to play the Apollo. Because I think it's possible. I think I could just do it. The problem is finding a manager to want to organise that for me. Because going from one live gig up north that did okay in sales but didn't sell out, to then saying, right, I've grown, therefore I'm just going to sell out the Apollo. It's like that's a big ask.
Step, yeah.
But if the audience is there, like the other people that the particular manager I have in mind, managers, I think their cumulative size and social media reach is less than 1% of mine. So it's like I'm just a contract waiting to be won, you know?
Yeah, true.
And yeah, they work for Republic of Music, who manage Radiohead and Arctic Monkeys.
Wow.
So yeah, I'd love to do that. But even that, by the way, even just going to London for a day or 2 days, if you include prep day, to go and do that show, like that's purely in my head work. Like I'm not enjoying any of that. Like I might enjoy brief glimpses of the moment on stage, but the whole thing is just work. Like I just want to get out of London. I don't like London. I don't do London. It's scary. It's got big people and cars and.
Maybe you don't travel because you're scared.
Yeah, I think I am.
Wow. Okay.
I don't. Like, why would I do it? It would need to be the barrier to entry for me to go traveling would need to be zero admin, easiest, least stressful travel requirements. For example, driver takes me from my door to airport. I get out of car, get in plane, go to other place, get out of plane into car, drive me straight to my place that's not too far away, which has a nice view and everything that I need just set up for. Like I'm too much of a wet blanket to actually do proper travel.
Interesting.
I think I probably could.
I think you could. I know you could, and I think it'd be so beneficial for you because it would learn for you to let go of these things that we deem to be important. You know, you always say I'm so laid back. It's because I know what it's like to not have everything you need all the time, and ultimately, what's the worst that's going to happen?
I could die.
You might. And then you have a great story.
Well, then I won't care either.
This is it, yeah. I heard this quote, and it's 100% true. 100% of people that have gone skydiving and the parachute has failed, 100% of them have never complained.
Except for the ones that did land and did survive and paralysed for the rest of their life.
Nah,
I bet there was a brief complaint. Nah. But even in quadriplegics who have been plegics.
Is their name Matt, by any chance?
Matt, what?
Matt, get it?
What, should have landed on a mat? Is
no,
that
because they're just going to lay there.
Oh.
I thought it was funny. Okay.
Just sipping my water. They return to a baseline level of happiness in 6 months.
Wow.
As in, just as content as we are now, you may not be content, you may be a bit stressed.
I'm never stressed.
No, okay, I'm a little stressed because I'm hosting and I'm thinking it.
You've done a great job.
Thank you very much. We've got a little while to go yet. Let's see what I can ruin. Yeah, but just as calm as we are, it's like exactly what they return to in roughly 6 months. And you'd think, oh, it would just ruin their life forever. But I think people realise actually, whatever your situation is, you've just got to crack on. I think that's a human's, like, the one that I like to do, which puts all of my problems into perspective, is I'm super stressed about all the stuff I've got to do. I've got to do website stuff. I've got to do brand deals. I've got to do YouTube. I've got to do my live stream. I've got to do planning for the future. I want to do this event at the Apollo. Well, I need to sort out all the logistics around that. I'm then going on holiday. I haven't even booked that holiday yet still. So I need to do that, like loads of things. But if I got a cold, I have no problems. The only problem I have is I'm in bed and I have a cold.
Yeah. You've said it before.
Yeah.
You can have 100 problems until your health gets thrown into question, and then you only have one.
That's it. So that's a really good reframe for me.
Yeah.
That I use a lot. Do you have any go-to reframes when you're traveling and get stressed?
I think it's always looking at the bigger picture. You know, I don't like flying. Flying scares me. But I also like flying. It's a really weird mix that I do like it, but I also really don't like it.
Like taking off, but don't like landing.
No, I like landing. Don't like
really?
taking off. Yeah.
I prefer the like it's great fun.
I hate that.
Do you?
You know, there's a bit in the plane where it just, when it's taking off, there's a little where they take their foot off the gas just ever so slightly, and you feel like you're falling backwards. Hate that. I've had a panic attack on a takeoff for a flight once.
Have you?
Yeah, it was when I was flying to the Canary Islands with a group of friends, and we were flying out of the storm, and it was unbelievably windy, and I had a full-on panic attack on the plane. It was horrible.
Dang.
Like, as we were taking off. Horrible. But it's all about understanding the destination. It's all about just looking at the big picture. You know, I can deal with my fear of flying because I know I'm going where I want to and I'm going to see such incredible things. I'm not limited by that fear. And the moment I allow that fear to beat me, it's won. You know, the moment I let that fear overcome me, it becomes bigger than me. And no fear that we have is bigger than us. You're strong enough and powerful enough to get through every fear. So when a problem seems really big, or you seem really stressed, or you need to reframe something, is actively remember you are stronger than all of these challenges that are in front of you, and you have survived 100% of your worst days so far. You have survived 100% of your worst days. So choosing to take the first step and then the next step. And just remembering that when you are traveling, not every day is sunshine and rainbows, but you have chosen to be there. And there's a reason you're there, so go find it.
Yeah, I think that's really important to remember. Doesn't mean that it will instantly just apply itself in my life, unfortunately, but it really should. I wish there was like a way. Maybe this is what Neuralink will fix.
Yeah.
It's like your state of mind, you'll just be able to transfer over to me. And I'd be able to give you some of my chaos.
I don't want your chaos.
You don't want my chaos?
No, I used to have this discussion with my ex-partner. She was always like, do you not have like 4 things going on in your head at once? I'm like, no. Sometimes I don't even have one. Like, she never could believe that. I was just, like, there was times where I was just like, I'm good. Like, I'm cool. I'm chill. There's times where I've got multiple things going on, but not all the time. No, I'm good.
That's crazy. I don't think I am jealous, actually. I quite like the craziness. I just wish I could sleep better.
Oh, I sleep so well, man.
Yeah. I've been recently. So you know, in the UK, you're not allowed to just kill seagulls willy nilly.
I didn't.
When I rise to power, this is going to be abolished. That rule.
You can kill seagulls willy nilly.
That will be in law when I'm done.
Will manifesto. You can kill seagulls willy nilly.
Yes, exactly that, willy nilly. No, so I struggle to get to sleep because my brain is just worrying and like focusing on everything that I've got to do. Maybe for the next day, for the next week, for the next month, and then it's like, okay, well, have I achieved anything? Let's try and celebrate my successes, have gratitude for everything. I was like, yeah, but I can see where you messed up here, and then you got to plan all that. Oh, wait, there's even more stuff to plan. Let's plan even more, and that's my brain when I'm trying to go to sleep.
But where do seagulls come into this?
Right, so I don't get to sleep until 1:30, 2, maybe 2:30.
Oh, that's so upsetting.
Right,
carry on.
The seagulls wake up and want to be fed by their mummy seagull because they've just been born at 4. I can't sleep without the window open because I am some sort of heat furnace when I sleep, so I get very, very warm, and I can't sleep when I'm warm, so I have to be cold. I have used ice to help before. You lie down, you put ice on your back, just go to sleep. It's not cool. Anyway, but the seagulls wake me up, and then it's 4, and then you've had disturbed sleep, and you're aware of that as soon as you wake up, like a couple of hours after you went to sleep, and it's like, oh, it's just disturbed night, and then Soph gets up to go to work at like 6, and then so I'm awake. There's no sleeping after that.
Can't relate.
No. Anyway, seagull, you should be able to shoot them.
Okay.
Which is, Anyway, so I was on a plane once. I think I was coming back from New York, and it was in October, I believe. Windy, rainy, everything. I was able to fall. Which flights and car rides when I'm not driving. Really good times for me to fall asleep. Yeah. I've survived every time. I haven't been driving.
End up at my destination. It's amazing.
But I'm really good at falling asleep. Anyway, so I woke up to like the plane going like this, and we were just coming into land. Like I was like, what is going on? When you first wake up and you're not quite sure.
Yeah.
I looked out the window. I was like, we were literally coming into the runway sideways because I could see it dead on. And then literally just before we landed, the plane like span and was like perfect.
Yeah. Pilots are incredible. The amount of training they go through
insane.
Is incredible.
I still don't know if I'd have approached that with a drift.
Screw!
Yeah, it's literally like
just drifting in.
Tokyo drifting into an English airport.
Unbelievable.
But yeah, crazy. Or it might have been the other way around. It might be in England to New York. I can't remember. But the first time I ever went, so I've been to New York twice. The first time I went, I was awake for a 49-hour period because we had to do. So we got to the hostel. We had to be up really early to get there. We got there, and then it was like the daytime still. So we did the day, and then it was nighttime. But there was a problem or something with the hostel, and I can't remember why I didn't sleep. We were basically just you just can't go to your room or something for ages. And then we got there and it was like 6 a.m. by the time that we were able to get in. And then it was like, well, so that we can do everything that's on the itinerary, we were supposed to be somewhere at 7, so let's just go.
God, must have been exhausted.
I don't really remember much. So I think it was pointless doing the thing from the... And then I think later that night as well, we had a basketball game that we had to go to. We saw Chicago Bulls versus Brooklyn Nets.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, it was great. But the problem was we were sat on the Brooklyn Nets side and I supported the Bulls. They're like, let's go! And everyone around me was like...
Who is this guy?
What is this English guy doing here? That's my weird American accent.
Yeah, it was great. I never want to hear it again.
No, and you likely won't. Why do you travel? Why do you do it?
Is that a question you prepared, or is that just pure judgment?
Why do you travel?
Pure judgment in that question.
Why would you do such a thing?
There's a few different reasons, and I'm sure anyone that's travelled will resonate with a few. To explore new places, to explore new cultures, to meet new people, to try new foods, to put yourself out of your comfort zone, change your current situation, run away, embrace new. There's so many reasons that someone would travel. For me, a lot of it was geared around running away. That's something I'm working through in therapy, which is a reason why I've stayed in the UK for so long at the moment, because I'm working through it rather than running away. But for me, it was new experiences and new destinations. I'm a big fan of nature. So to be able to go to these places and see nature and experience new culture, absolutely. So culture, nature, but a big one, sports. I love surfing, I love snowboarding, love wakeboarding. Any board sport, I'm all over it.
Water.
Yeah.
Boarding.
Water. Yeah. Water and boarding.
Yeah.
Not together.
Gasoline.
So yeah, going to Mexico, Costa Rica, Sri Lanka, all these different places to surf has been incredible. Like I was in Sri Lanka in February, March, April of this year, and I was in this place called Hirakatia. Unbelievably beautiful. It's, people are phrasing it, it's what Bali was like before Bali became Bali. Beautiful little surf beach, a little horseshoe surf beach. You got a beginner break, intermediate break, sort of a little bit further out, and then an advanced break, all in the same beach. Unreal.
Crazy.
Unreal. And the wave was beautiful. I'm normally like a shortboarder, not a shortboarder, but like a mid-length sort of fun board.
You are a shortboarder.
No, I'm a shortboarder, yeah. Very funny. Yeah. But out there, I was like longboard. I was riding a 8'10", 8'6".
Damn.
And it was beautiful. You just paddle, up you go, along, and you just chill.
So I'm guessing they're way more stable.
Yeah, unbelievably more stable, yeah. But yeah, it was beautiful. So traveling to experience new cultures, all of the above, man. Like, travel just opens your mind, categorically opens your mind to new. And new is always better. Barney Stinson.
Great quote.
The best.
Wrong, but great quote.
New is always better.
It's not though, is it?
It is. Name one thing.
My car.
I bet a new car would be better than yours.
No, it runs.
May run, but new would be better.
Why?
Because new is always better.
If it gets me to A to B, it does what a car does.
New is always better. How are we doing for time?
We have about 3.5 minutes left. So
one more question then, I suppose.
Yeah, I think so. Would you say that your reason for travelling, so you gave a few, and all your reasons there on why do you travel, the first few that you gave were very wholesome and very like curiosity driven, then the last few were a bit darker, like running away. So we're going to leave that, and we're going to talk about has your reason for travelling changed over time, do you reckon? Would you, if you were to go travelling now, do you reckon it would be more curiosity driven, or do you think it'd be more running away?
I think it definitely has changed. I think when I was younger, it was driven by wanting to run away. It was very much driven by not understanding that something wasn't right mentally, socially, and I needed to escape it. Obviously, everyone tells you, or people that know you well enough are telling you that's why you're doing it, but you never believe them and you're always a bit stubborn about it. As I've gotten older, and especially now, if I was to go, say, backpacking again, which, again, I'm always a small decision away from, it would be different. And it would be more organised, to be more planned. It would be very much like, well, I'm going to go away for X amount of time. I'm not going to do an open-ended. I'm going to go X amount of time. I'm going to have a plan. I'm going to have an outcome. And I'm going to have something to come back to. Whereas before it was, I'm going. And
I might be back.
Whatever happens when I'm out there happens. And I might come back to something. I might come back to nothing. I was always pretty fortunate. I always seemed to find a job and earn money to go away again. But now I think it would be, I'm going to explore, to broaden my understanding of this world, to connect with different cultures, to understand more of the people on this planet. Try new things, try new food, do the sports I love, and then come back to something that is already strong and built up. Like, I would love for this podcast to be so successful that I can work on this while traveling. That would be an unbelievable goal. Like, that is my goal for this podcast, is get to the point where we will have this, we'll work on our podcast, we'll get guests in, we'll work together for the vast majority of the time, but there might be a month, 2 months, 3 months where it's like, well, we've got such a backlog of work, all we need to do is get it produced, edited, sent out, reply to emails, log in the next however many months of solid work, and go traveling. Like, but it needs to be structured.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the difference, I think, as I've gotten older. And I've always found it really hard to accept that. I find growing up very difficult, in the sense that when you're younger, you know that you've got a lot more time and you can make bad decisions and you can kind of fuck around a little bit more. Whereas as you get older, not that time is running out, there's definitely not. We all have an incredible amount of time. And the more you focus on it, the quicker it goes. So you just need to embrace the time that you have. But as you get older, you understand more of where you want your life to go, what goals you want to achieve as you get older, and going away and running away, don't achieve them. And that's been my hardest realization, because I know now if I was to go with no plan, it wouldn't serve me the same way it used to. So that's been my biggest lesson. I think that's why I haven't run away this last few years, is because I know it wouldn't serve me, and I'd get there and I'd be happy for 2 weeks, then I'd move on. I'd be happy for another week and then move on. There'd be another 5 days and I'd move on, and eventually I'd be like, I still feel the same, it's just I'm on a beach.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah.
That's interesting. I can sort of semi-relate to that, actually, in terms of maybe part of the reason why I'm not enthralled by travelling. Number one, maybe I haven't done enough to make a fair judgment either. Because there are a few places that I'd like to go, but the more I think about it, the more I'm like, actually, I'm still me. It's just I'm just putting my feet on a different piece of soil. That's all that's happening. It's just different land. All I've done is move my physical location. I still breathe air. I still have to drink water. I just look at something different. That's all travelling is to me.
Very simple way to look at it, but I like it. Carry on.
So, for me to go somewhere, it would have to be, I think I'd have to wait until I was truly interested by a place or the certain type of people that live there or the culture specifically, because I don't know if I could, like, I wouldn't just like to go somewhere for a month, because I'd get bored as well. Like if I'm not working towards some sort of goal, like I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it.
You find something to invest in, like, because I'm so passionate about surfing or snowboarding, that becomes everything you want to do. And
I wouldn't be able to give it up then, though. That's
it's very hard. Yeah, living in a place where I can't do it every day is very hard.
Brutal. The curse of the world being small but big at the same time.
The more you travel, the more you realise there's so much more to see. And that is probably the last thing I'll say about travelling, is the more you see, the more you realise there is to see.
What a good way to wrap up the pod.
Yeah, what can I say?
Excellent work.
Mic drop. I wasn't going to respect you.
No, that makes sense. My final word is
what's your final word, Will? That was very weird.
we're just moving past. We're cracking on. It's late. It's past your bedtime. I'm gonna say sleep tight.
I've lost it. I kept it together for all of the parts. I'm trying to fall out.
Love it.